Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I thought I would do a whole face of new affordable makeup. There has been a lot of affordable makeup releases and they were also intriguing, so I picked up some of them. So I wanted to put them on my face and create a look and see what I can come up with and kind of give you guys my first impressions on these products. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bri and I am just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot on indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. Today is a very casual day. I have my sports bra on, a big sweatshirt, just been kind of lounging around the house doing laundry. It's just one of those days, but I thought I would just come on here and do a little look with some of these makeup products that I've collected in the past couple of weeks, because I swear every day a drugstore brand is coming out with a new release. Like, this is the time for affordable makeup to be coming out with some new stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try some of it and venture into more affordable makeup. I tend to do indie, more luxury and mid-range, so maybe I can find some new loves on the more affordable end. Anyways, let me scoot a little closer. I think that's a good distance. I think the lighting is good. Let me pull my hair back. All right, so I picked up the Essence Poreless Partner Primer. It's the mattifying and blurring primer. It says it won't clog pores and that it has niacinamide in it. So I don't know what's going on with Essence, but some of their releases have looked so good, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I even picked up their new Pure Nude blushes, their baked blushes, so we'll see how those are. So here's how it looks. Kind of looks like one of those silicone-y kind of primers. It doesn't feel that silicone-y. It almost feels like a gel moisturizer. And I have an oily skin type, especially in my T-zone. So we'll see how this works. And I do have enlarged pores. Now this is scented, but it has a fresh, clean scent. Like how I'd imagine a body wash or some kind of soap smelling. Now it does feel like it's kind of drying down. Does it look like my pores have been blurred at all? I do have enlarged pores all on my nose. So it does feel like a mattifying, gel moisturizer is how I would describe how it feels. Then I also picked up the NYX Bear With Me Blur. This is the Blurring Tint Foundation in Medium Neutral. I think this is gonna work. I do feel like I'm on the fair side right now because it is the winter time and I haven't been in the sun that much. I could use a tan, but let me open this up. I probably should have done that before I started filming. Let me see. I don't think there's a safety seal on this. No, there isn't. So let's get a foundation brush, maybe one preferably that is actually clean, if I can find one. Oh, here we go. We got a clean foundation brush. So I'm gonna put it on here. Seems on the dark side. Let me just tap a little bit. Okay, maybe it's too dark, but you know what? We're gonna put it on anyways. We're gonna try to make it work. And it's a little bit on the warm side for being neutral, but it's supposed to be a tint. So I feel like if I can get it blended into the skin, I'll be able to make it work. And once I can powder and put bronzer and everything on, I'm just super fair at the face. Do I look orange? I feel like I look a little orange. Okay, we're just gonna blend. We're gonna hope for the best, but it does have an oranginess to it. Oh my God. I've been picking the worst foundation shades for me lately, but hopefully it's more forgiving since it's a skin tint. Okay, so it looks a lot better now that I have it blended out, but at first I was like, whoa, this is really concerning. But I'm just building up a little bit in my T-zone where I have a lot of acne scarring. So that I picked up this concealer. This is from Essence. This is the Keep Me Covered Concealer with Aloe Vera. The shade that I picked up, do I even see a shade name? I got light medium, which is usually what I go for under my eyes, so I like to brighten. It says it's a buildable medium coverage, creamy texture with aloe vera, dermatology tested on sensitive skin. So we shall see. I think this is gonna be a good color for my under eyes for brightening. We're gonna see what the coverage is like. I'm only gonna do it on this side because I do actually have another concealer, which I forgot to mention, I'm going to go into with the Flower Get Real Serum Concealer. This one is in Sand. So I'm going to use that on the other side, and then we'll see what the difference is. Hopefully it doesn't look drastically different between the two. This does have a thinner feel to it, kind of like a serum concealer. So I'm going to tap that out. The shade is perfect for me. Let's see if we're getting any coverage from this. And I don't suffer too much with discoloration under the eyes or like darkness. Luckily, I just have more like fine lines. It did brighten. It definitely gave some brightening and some lift to my under eyes. I mean, you can see the difference. It definitely did help. I would say this is like light medium coverage, because I can still see like a little bit of my skin peeking through, but I'll go in with one layer, see if we can build it up just a little bit. Yeah, I was able to give just a little bit more coverage, but I still see things peeking through, which is totally fine. It feels really nice and hydrating under the eyes. Now let's go into the Flower Beauty Concealer, which they have been coming out with some really cool releases. So this is the Get Real Serum Concealer. I watched someone use this. It was Jen Phelps, and she said this had like a decent amount of coverage. I like the packaging. It's like a squeezy tube and then an applicator. And we'll see how this works under the eyes. The color is good as well. I'm doing pretty good with the color for the concealer, it's just not the foundation. So I'm going to take this sponge, tap it out, and see what the coverage is like. It does seem like it has more coverage than the Essence one. And it does have a little bit of a thicker consistency. It doesn't feel thin like a serum concealer. I feel like the Essence one felt more like a serum concealer than this one did. I do feel like this is giving it a little extra coverage. So let's go on to powdering, which I actually don't have an affordable powder to use. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then I will be right back. So I powdered my under eyes, but I didn't powder the rest of my faces. I remembered I actually have a cream product to test out. This is the Flower Beauty Low Light Liquid Contour in medium. I don't normally contour, but I was kind of curious about it. It looked cool, and it looked kind of like a dupe for that Charlotte Tilbury one, which I have not tried, but a lot of people love. And this one looked like it had a warmer tone to it, so I could use it as a bronzer. But this has a little switch, which is so cool. Okay, so you just do this to close, do this to open. That's awesome, so you don't have to worry about it squeezing out. Let me see if it comes up. Has a little sponge applicator, just like how the Charlotte Tilbury looks like. And I think there's also one from Tarte. So I'm just gonna maybe stamp it. Ooh, this is pretty dark for medium. And let me get a brush. I'm going to use this Key Soul Care brush that I use for cream blushes. Did that do anything? Oh, yeah. It's not too cool tone, which is good because I'm not really a contourer. So it wouldn't make sense for me to have one of those really cool tone ones. I want to kind of just use it more as like a bronzer. But I'll put some here. Put some down here, you know. Maybe we can look a little snatched today. Put some up here. Put some on my nose. We're just gonna put it everywhere. It doesn't seem like the product is drying down too fast. Like it has some wiggle room for blending, which is good because you don't want to just have a mark where you put it. I'm just blending that out. So now let's get into these blushes, which I think one is glowy, maybe one is a matte version. But I have Berry Cheeks in number 8 and Bold Heart, which is number 4. So these are the two shades. One's a little bit more like a corally shade, and this one is more of like a kind of like a cool toned lavendery mauve. This is pretty. So this is the one that has sheen to it, and then this is the one that's more on the matte. But I really loved baked blushes. I think they are like so blendable and seamless on the skin. So I'm going to start off with the Berry Cheeks. I'm going to use it on this side. We'll see how the pigmentation is. I did dust off the excess. Ooh, this is pretty. And it does have a little bit of a sheen. It's almost more like a satin, not necessarily like a glowy blush, but they do have glowy options in this lineup from Essence. So now I'm going to take a different brush, and I'm going to go into the more corally one called Bold Heart. And this one is more of just a matte formula. I'm gonna end up mixing the two, but I was just curious on what the two colors would look like and how the formula would look on the cheeks. Just wanted to see the difference. So this is a pretty warm one, isn't it? This is like more in the cool tone. You see how it has a little bit of a sheen? This one's a little bit more matte. I do notice just the slightest sheen, but they're both really pretty. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and mix the two so I can make them look like they match and that I don't have, you know, two different colors on my cheeks. Now I want to go into the Aurora Struck palette from ColourPop and play with it again. I used this once on my channel. I wanted to play with it again. Now I did prime my eyes with the Give Me Glow primer and Parchment, in case you're wondering what primer I have on. So I'm going to start off with the Icelandic shade right here. It's a mid-tone gray. I'm using a ColourPop brush that they used to have. It was like their marble collection. And I'm just gonna run that through the crease. This is gonna be a very cool tone, smoky gray look. And then I'm thinking liner details is gonna set off the look. Now I'm going to go into the shade called Night Sky. It's a very light gray. Just gonna use that on the edge up here just to fluff things out, get it all diffused. So now I want to get a little smoky. I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Due South, this matte black. And I'm gonna use the same brush. We're being very simple today, and I'm just taking that on the outer corner. So I went ahead and did my lower lash line as well, just to save time. I didn't feel like you need to see that step, but I just used all the same shades on my lower lash line. Like I went into the Icelandic shade. I used a little bit of Due South in the outer corner and blended out the edges with Night Sky. And now I want to get into the shimmer. So I'm gonna get a flat shader brush, and I'm just gonna wet the brush. So I'm gonna go into the Lunar Trippin'. This is a like deep gray, almost like blackened gray metallic. We'll see how that goes on the eyes. I'm just gonna take this little spray right here. It's just water that's in here. There's no longer any setting spray in there. And I'm just gonna cover like midway of the lid. I'm not gonna take it too far in because I wanna use a lighter shade there. Maybe I'll use two more shades. So I want to take a little bit of this Cosmic Ray shade, which this one looks like it is a dual chrome. Yeah, like a gray. Maybe there's like a little bit of burgundy to it. It seems a little bit more satiny, but I'm gonna try it out, just see how it looks. I'm just gonna use it kind of over the edge of the darker metallic towards the front. So now I'm gonna go into the High Latitude shade, which is a silver metallic. It looks like they're traditional metallics, not like a super shock. And I'm gonna use the same flat shader brush that I went in with the other two darker metallics. Just gonna use that right in the front inner corner. Whew, that is super reflective. This one looks like it will have a good amount of impact, which is what I need. That contrast, that brightness in the front. Well, that looks really, really pretty. So just to add a little bit of fun, I'm gonna try to use this No Sleep shade, this matte kind of pinky lilac pastel-y shade. See if I can use that as an inner corner highlight just to add a little something interesting. Oh yeah, that works to brighten the inner corner. I want to now get into some graphic liner detail. So I'm just gonna use this ColourPop graphic liner and I'm Obsessed. I'm gonna shake it up because these do separate. I feel like this is gonna match with that like kind of lilac-y color in the inner corner. And I'm gonna do something simple. Don't expect advanced liner detail work, okay? I'm gonna do my usual spiel where I do like an arch here. Bring it kind of low. Bring it up. Just following like the natural curve of my arch. I'm gonna do it on the outer corner too. I'm going to go right here and then do like a little wing. So there is the little details. What do you think? I don't know if it's really showing up on camera. At least in person I can see it. It looks kind of cool. I like it, so I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna run a little bit of liner along my lash line. I'm not gonna do a wing or anything, but I'm gonna take the LA Girl Jet Setter Liquid Eyeliner, and I'm just gonna line the top of my lash line. So now let's get into mascara, and I did pick up the Milani highly rated lash extension 2B mascara. I've heard a lot about this. I know it was like trending at one point, and a lot of people say it's a dupe for the Thrive Cosmetics mascara, which I adore that mascara. So if I can find a cheaper alternative, that will make me so happy. Now I did hear that some people complained about this like being a little too clumpy, so we shall see. I'm assuming it's one of the more wetter formulas, but here's what the like packaging looks like, and then here is what the end looks like, which is very similar to the Thrive Cosmetics brush. It looks just like this. So what I do, if it's kind of wet, I'll just like scrape off the edge. I mean, it does seem to have a good little stopper on the top that took off excess, and we're gonna see what this does. Oh yeah, a lot of product deposits on your lashes from this brush. So there's my lashes with one coat. I'm not sure if you guys can tell because I have like dark shadows on my lids, but I do feel like it made a difference with just one coat. Like there's a good amount of length. So I'm gonna go in with one more coat just to see. Now it does seem like a wetter formula. It does deposit a lot on your lashes like this brush. So there it is with a second coat. Do you guys see how crazy the difference is? This gives me so much length. It's insane. It does remind me of the Thrive Cosmetics mascara. It seems very similar. It's so intense. I love it. There's a little bit of clumping, but nothing massive like where it's bothering me. So I just want you guys to see the difference. I think this looks really good. So I'm going to do my other eye quickly off camera. So I'm going to finish off the look with this lip gloss from NYX. I've used this in a video already. This is the one in, I think, Ube Milkshake. Felt like it was just going to match all the cool tone vibes and the lavendery purple vibes we have going on. So I'm just going to cover my lips. All right, guys, so I put my hair down so I can show you guys the finished look. What do you guys think of this very affordable makeup look? But I think that's about it, guys. All the products I'm gonna use. This is it for the look. I think everything seems really nice. Like everything that I use, I don't feel like any of them were done so far. Now, of course, I'll have to wear this a little longer, test it out to really get my full thoughts, but I will wear this makeup look for the rest of the day. So if I can remember, I'll leave either in the description or a pinned comment letting you guys know how the products wore throughout the day. But I do feel like the blurring skin tint actually worked out, even though it looked a little off when I first started to put it on. I feel like this will probably work better for me in the summertime when I have a little bit more of a tan, but I was able to kind of get it to adapt to my skin, since skin tints are a little bit more on the sheer side, so they're a little bit more forgiving. Now that everything's on, I actually feel like it looks nice. I do feel like the primer felt nice. It did have a smoothing effect. It felt like a gel moisturizer, and it dried down to like a matte finish. So this is promising. Hopefully this will actually keep me matte throughout the day. The contour stick seemed really blendable, easy to use. I like the shade. I thought the mascara was really nice from Milani. It gave a lot of length. I don't feel like my lashes look too clumpy. I feel like it's very similar to the Thrive Cosmetics mascara. I just love the length that it gives me. So I'm going to keep testing it out. I'm going to see how it comes off on my lashes when I take off my makeup tonight. And I think the blushes are beautiful. They're so blendable and seamless, and that is what I love about baked blush formulas. They're so easy to work with. You can kind of shear them out, you can build them up. I love that this one has a little bit of a glow, and now I want to check out the more glowy ones, but I also do like the matte one too. I think the shades I picked up are really, really beautiful. As for the concealers, I think they seem really nice. Like you guys can see, they are sitting under my eyes very nicely. Now the Essence one is just a little bit more sheer, like I can see my skin peeking through. The Flower Beauty one definitely has more of a medium coverage, but I think they both look nice. They don't look cakey or dry. It doesn't seem like they're really settling into fine lines, and I have a lot of those under my eyes. So I think So far they look good. I'll just have to see how long they actually last under my eyes. But guys, that was everything for this look. All the makeup products I wanted to try out and my thoughts on them so far. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you been testing out some good makeup? Like, what are the great finds that you have discovered lately? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup and like eyeshadow palettes, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all these products linked where you can find them in case you want to check them out for yourself. I will also have other videos of mine you might be interested in watching, as well as my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, for supporting my channel and being amazing. I just appreciate you guys all so much, and I just hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'm just sending out so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.